Gavin Kelly, Colorado Realtor, on building lasting success for buyers, sellers, landlords, and tenants in Denver. Gavin Kelly doesn't lead with credentials. He leads with a question: what does your ideal life actually look like? Whether a client is signing a lease on their first apartment or closing on a newly built home, that question is the starting point. Kelly, a Denver-based real estate professional, has spent his career in the business of helping people get there, wherever there happens to be. Over the course of that career, he has leased more than 574 homes, guided more than 52 buyers and sellers through transactions, and accumulated more than 100 five-star reviews from clients who describe him in remarkably consistent terms: responsive, thorough, communicative. He is also a former four-year Division I college athlete, married, and the father of 2 daughters. His wife is originally from Italy. None of that is incidental. It shapes the kind of professional he has become, someone who understands discipline, who values consistency, and who has built a reputation not through shortcuts but through repetition. I knew that I love the process of helping people achieve their ideal life, Kelly says, whether that's leasing or owning. I also love going to different places and enjoying meeting people. That orientation, toward people first, transactions second, runs through everything about how Kelly operates. Denver real estate is not a simple market. It rewards local knowledge and penalizes assumptions. Inventory shifts, interest rates move, buyer confidence rises and falls. What stays relatively constant, in Kelly's experience, is what people actually need from a realtor: clarity, honesty, and someone who returns phone calls. A people-first approach to real estate. Gavin Kelly was the top producing agent out of 250 agents nationwide in his second year in the business, and later ranked in the top 3 agents nationally with a large property management and investment sales firm for 6 of 7 years. Those numbers are not the whole story, but they reflect something real about how Kelly approaches his work. He was first drawn to real estate through the encouragement of a relative and a friend. He stayed because the work suited him. Meeting people, understanding their goals, navigating complex decisions alongside them, it fits. I've always been drawn to real estate, he says. I enjoy meeting new people and helping them achieve their goals, whether it's a seller, buyer, landlord, or tenant. The range matters. Kelly's experience spans the full spectrum of residential real estate, which means his perspective on any single transaction is informed by everything else he's seen. That breadth is part of what makes Gavin Kelly Denver clients tend to come back. He volunteers with Habitat for Humanity Restore. He believes exercise is non-negotiable for managing the pace of the job. When asked what advice he'd give his younger self, he doesn't hesitate. Persistence and confidence are key. Helping first-time homebuyers navigate the Denver market. Buying a home in Denver for the first time is not a small decision, and Kelly doesn't treat it like one. First-time buyers tend to arrive with a mix of excitement and anxiety. Excited about the possibility, anxious about the commitment. Kelly's job, as he sees it, is to help them separate the two. His approach is grounded in education rather than persuasion. He walks clients through neighborhood trends, the different housing options available in various parts of the city, and the practical trade-offs between those options. I highlight trends in neighborhoods, different housing options that each area offers, he says, helping people realize that if the goods outweigh the bads, then it may be a good fit. That framing, honest, balanced, without pressure, reflects how Kelly defines his role. He is not selling a property. He is helping someone make one of the largest financial decisions of their life. That requires candor about what a neighborhood offers and what it doesn't, what a property's long-term value might look like, and whether a given home actually fits the life the buyer is trying to build. He has also worked extensively with new home construction, which brings its own set of considerations. Kelly currently works alongside a builder, providing feedback and witnessing homes being built from the ground up. He describes it as genuinely exciting. New construction buyers receive a turnkey product, often with no deferred maintenance issues from day one. Many new builds also come with builder buy-downs that offer lower effective interest rates. Buyers can sometimes select their preferred lot. For many, it is their first home. Key factors Kelly advises first-time buyers to weigh include construction quality, lot size, and the long-term practicality of the floor plan. Single-level homes, for instance, offer real advantages for buyers thinking decades ahead. Quality is paramount, he says. Larger lot sizes can lead to better long-term appreciation, and aging clients may benefit from single-level options long-term. These are the kinds of considerations that take years of market experience to articulate clearly, and that kind of clarity is what Gavin Kelly Colorado clients consistently cite. Assisting sellers and supporting the Gavin Kelly Colorado rental market. Selling a home in Denver involves its own calculus. Timing, pricing, presentation, negotiation. Each variable matters, and misjudging any one of them can cost a seller real money. Kelly's approach here, as with buyers, begins with education. He believes his job is to put clients in a position to make the best decision available to them, not to make that decision for them. The current market presents a specific set of dynamics. There is a surplus of apartments available for rent, Kelly says, sometimes a lack of suitable clean freestanding single-family homes for rent concurrently, creating a unique leasing and sales climate for investors and tenants alike. That duality over supply in one segment, undersupply in another shapes both selling strategies and leasing approaches. For sellers, it can mean opportunity in certain property categories. For landlords, it requires more deliberate positioning. Kelly's work with landlords and tenants is where much of his career experience is concentrated. More than 574 leased homes is a significant number. It means he has navigated an enormous range of tenant and landlord situations, and has developed a clear sense of what makes those relationships work. At the end of the day, he says, owners want to have tenants in their property who enjoy where they live and value what they have, and tenants appreciate responsible, honest, and ethical landlords. That alignment, both parties getting what they actually need, is what Kelly works toward in every leasing scenario. The Denver rental market rewards that kind of careful matchmaking. Communication as the foundation of every transaction. Ask Kelly to name the single most important element of a successful real estate transaction, and he answers without hesitation: communication. Not market knowledge, not negotiating skill, not experience, though all of those matter. Communication first. Communication is one of the most important things in life, he says. A lot of times, it is the missing ingredient. It's a straightforward observation that carries more weight than it might initially seem. In real estate, transactions fail not always because of bad deals but because of misaligned expectations, missed information, and parties who didn't feel heard. Kelly's more than 100 five-star reviews suggest he has figured out how to solve for that. Clients describe him as responsive and thorough, qualities that sound basic until you've worked with someone who isn't. His philosophy on building long-term relationships follows naturally from this. People need to trust you, he says, and you need to represent yourself appropriately while maintaining high ethics. He describes success not in terms of volume, but in terms of doing right by clients while managing both time and the overall customer experience. Repeat, multi-generational clients returning to work with him are, in his view, the truest measure of that. Looking ahead in Denver real estate, Kelly's goals for Gavin Kelly Real Estate are more continuity than transformation. He wants to keep doing what he's been doing, which is serving owners, tenants, buyers, and sellers in the Denver market, and to keep sharing the knowledge he's accumulated along the way. I'm looking forward to continuing to provide excellent service, he says, and sharing my knowledge and experience to be helpful. That's not a small ambition, even if it sounds like one. The Denver real estate industry is competitive and constantly shifting. Staying relevant requires ongoing attention to where the market is moving, what clients need, and how to consistently deliver on both. For Kelly, that's not a burden. It's the job he chose, and by most available measures, one he's done well. The clients keep coming back, the reviews keep arriving, and somewhere in Denver, another first-time buyer is sitting across from him, trying to figure out what their ideal life looks like and finding that he already has a question ready.